What is going on, guys? DarkScheme here, bringing you an awesome little update here, and just to let you guys know that the Halo Master Chief Collection update that I was talking about last week is now live, and it's up for everybody to download at the moment. What you're going to be looking at is about a 1600 megabyte update, which is around 1.6 gigabyte download, and it is a pretty big download, and I know that a lot of people have been having some sort of hanging issue where they would sit on 2% for a little while, then the update would move to 3% after a good 5 to 10 minutes, and then after that it would boost up to 17%, 26%, and then finally all the way to complete. So just to let you guys know, when you guys are downloading this, to expect a little hang time, especially because everybody's trying to download the update at the moment. If you're watching this later, maybe the download is a little bit better because there isn't as much strain on the server, but like I said, if you see some hang issues, don't worry, the update is working. It's just working very slowly to get that rolled out to everybody. So specifically, there has been some notes that have been put out by Bravo talking about more specifics on what this update gives out, and I will pretty much be giving you guys the cliff notes on what these updates pretty much mean. But I will also be linking you guys to the blog in the description so you guys can check that out for yourselves. So without further ado, let's get started. So what they've done so far for the update and what to expect is the ranking improvements. This is one of the biggest deals of this update and what people have been waiting for since pretty much the launch of the game and since this game has been broken, you know. So specifically, they resolved issues that cause people to rank down. I believe this is talking about when people would play games, they would be a certain level, like 37, 49, whatever level, and at some point, when you backed out, it would reset your rank back down to rank level 1. And there were certain ways to fix this issue, like restarting your build or restarting your Xbox, but nothing really specific to prevent it. And I believe this was all server side. It was some sort of data issue on their side of the issue. I believe it was Microsoft, but I'm not 100%. But since then, that is resolved, as well as kind of some minor issues where they've actually fixed when you would lose a game, you would rank down 2 levels sometimes, which is a little too much if you ask me. You know, no matter what opponents you're facing, you should only really rank down once if you lose. But like I said, those are pretty awesome to see, and because these are live, and like I talked about last week, they will be resetting the Halo 2 Anniversary playlist ranks. So if you guys want to check out the rankings and see how it is and see how it feels and see if it works, awesome. But just to let you guys know, don't hang on to your ranking a little too much, because that will be reset sometime, hopefully tomorrow. They haven't really set a specific time, so it could be in the morning, it could be in the evening, it could be at night, but in reality we won't really know. And as well as they will be adding ranks both to the Team Slayer playlist as well as the Halo Championship Series playlist, which is awesome because I have been waiting to get some rankings into the Halo Championship Series playlist to see where I match up against amateur players and pro players and all of those players, and really to just start playing and increasing pretty much my skill in this game. But some more stuff about this update, which is actually really awesome, and what I really like is that they've actually improved a lot of different bugs and, you know, just little UI fixes for the game. More specifically, they've updated some of these issues that I actually had not even known about, which is surprising, and like I said, I am really happy because this means that they are really paying attention to what problems there are, not just the popular ones, but the small ones that they themselves find out, as well as the community. So like I said, let's just get into this. So specifically for Halo CE, there have been some derelict map fixes. Specifically, I think this is all in custom games where the people were having issues. Specifically for derelict, if you would pick the derelict classic game mode of classic Team Slayer, classic at pretty much any type of game type, the rockets would not spawn. But since then, that has been fixed, and that is awesome because I know that a lot of people have been playing Halo 1v1s and customs and 2v2s and stuff like that, and that was pretty much the pinnacle of competitive Halo back then, which is really awesome to see, and really awesome to see that they're actually implementing fixes for this, as well as one of the biggest things and one of the craziest things is that off-host damage has been resolved, and this is also in custom games. And apparently, the specifics on this was off-host would actually do a little bit more damage to the host. Which is actually a pretty big deal considering that the pistol kills very quickly if you have perfect shots. So if you're off host and you're shooting at the host, chances are you kill them in a ridiculously low time, even in Halo CE. But that's pretty much it for CE. There's a lot more, but like I said, I'm giving you guys the cliff notes just to give you a little idea of what to expect. Moving on to Halo 2 Classic, there has been some hitbox issues in Halo 2 Classic, and specifically it is talking about when you would go head-to-head in a firefight with one person. Sometimes your shots would register because your shots were actually hitting your opponent's BRs, and your opponent's BR was not, I guess, merged to your opponent's hitbox, and it didn't really do any damage, so that kind of sucked. And if you were wondering why you hit those perfect 4 shots and didn't kill your opponent, this might be a reason why. But like I said, it's awesome that there's this fix. Moving on to Halo 3, and this is one of the most improved, and one of the reasons why I am so happy is Halo 3 has finally been updated via its Forge, meaning that now people can actually customize the maps, customize game types, and because of those reasons you can actually hope to see and hope to include some more Halo 3 in different playlists for the playlist of the week, like Team Snipers and stuff like that. I'm really excited for that. As well as they have improved the audio for the game. Specifically, there was weapon firing and sound effects that you would hear from across the map when you shouldn't not be hearing those effects at all, and it would really feel like the opponent was right next to you, but obviously there wasn't. And that's one of the crazier things, but one of the better fixes, especially if you use headsets and stuff like that. But they have also fixed some improved controller dead zones. Specifically, I need a little bit more explanation of this, but there was a difference between the movement in each different game type, and I remember seeing a scale of how good or bad this was in certain games, and in the newest Halo iterations it was really good. So what this means and what this is talking about is some dead zones would actually allow the controller to move very I guess quickly, or the joysticks were very sensitive is what I'm trying to say. And for some reason the joysticks on Halo 3 were super sensitive, so sometimes you would try to look to the right and instead you would look up and to the right, so you kind of do a diagonal movement, and one of the reasons is because of this dead zone in the game. But as far as what I can tell, it wasn't that big of a deal. It was still playable, but to see it pretty much Halo 3 in a tighter and a better light, it's going to be awesome, and I'm really excited to play this. But other than that, they've been doing some other fixes as far as party. Looks like there has been some voice chat consistency improvements, which means you can actually voice chat with people in game, and when you're in game you can actually hear people on your team and you can call out to them and stuff like that. So expect to see more people using their headsets in competitive playlists and stuff like that, as well as they've had some stability and UI improvements. Nothing really specific on the stability and UI improvements, but nonetheless they're just letting us know that throughout all the titles stability is a little bit better this time around. But like I said, that's pretty much all I have for you. Like I said, if you want to check this out, I have the link to the complete blog in the description. But that's pretty much it for me today, guys, and thank you so much for watching, and as always I will see you guys next time. Peace.